It's week 9 already of NFL Primetime. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, the election's over, the World Series is over. I mean, so you know it's getting kind of serious now,
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, so, but look, some things we know after half a season or right around half the season, right? So we know Dallas, they haven't lost since opening day, and guess what? They're playing Denver. This is going to be easy. They traded Von Miller. We got Buffalo. They're in Jacksonville. They're favored by 2 touchdowns. The Bills are rolling, right?
No problem.
They're rolling. Baltimore, yeah, Minnesota's good, but the Baltimore's rolling. They're at home in the crab cake. They ought to be okay. Yes, we understand Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing. The Raiders, first place, come on. What I'm saying is we kind of know the way this day is going to go.
Absolutely.
Right?
We think we got it figured out.
First place teams, they're in good shape. That's why they play the games. Here we go, Exhibit A. Denver traded Von Miller. They have no shot against Dallas because, hey, they won with Cooper Rush and Dak is back. I tell you what else didn't leave. Denver's defense book.
Defense was outstanding. They did a great job of shutting down the Cowboys' run game.
And now 4th down, Cowboys going to go for it. I mean, look, they haven't lost since the beginning. And incomplete to Cedric Wilson. Vic Fangio. Look at Vic fired up.
Vic is excited.
And 2nd and 13, Teddy Bridgewater. Jerry Judge Judy, 25 yards. Beautiful catch.
Yeah, just great body control going up. Great hand and eyesight combination.
Melvin Gordon, left tackle, in. Wait a minute, Broncos leading 6-0? Are we really sure?
Mm-hmm.
And then Denver, Bridgewater, time. Tim Patrick had a good day. Very next play, did I say he had a good day? He had a really nice day. Nice pocket. Teddy fires. How about that throw and catch? Touchdown.
Great job by Patrick stacking the DB. Nice throw by Ted, a little double move there. But watch the little nudge at the end right there. Just a little nudge, create some separation, and great catch.
And so it's 16-0. Biggest deficit this year, Dallas. I mean, they've won almost all the time. So now, punt blocked by Cowboys. Here come Dallas. Cowboys are excited, but guess what? Deshaun Wright's going to touch the ball for Dallas past the line of scrimmage. When it's going bad, right?
Yeah, once the ball goes past the line of scrimmage, if the receiving team or the alleged receiving team touched the ball, then the ball is now live. He touched it right there. Did not recover it. It's a live ball. Broncos recover it. Rare block punt where the team kicking gets the ball back.
Yeah, they turn it into a field goal, 19-0. Mike McCarthy says, really? Now, Amari Cooper, really?
Yeah.
So that was what was going on in Big D today, huh?
That kind of day.
And 4th and 1, Dak Prescott, A, B, C, D, Lamb. No alphabet soup today. That's incomplete. How about them Broncos? 4th quarter, 27-0, Denver. And it got worse. Dak. Caden Stearns with the diving pick. I mean, you could. Dallas scored twice late, but I mean, this was an unbelievable shocker as people go, well, the only game Denver's won against a team with losing records. Guess what? The Broncos are 5-4. The Cowboys have lost for the first time since the opener, so that snaps their 6-game winning streak. Denver's beaten Dallas. They don't play that much, like 7 straight times since the mid-90s, which is interesting. Afterwards, Dak.
We got beat. We got thumped in every aspect of the game, especially on offense. Didn't get it going. I mean, we scored a couple of touchdowns there in late time, but I mean, never got going. I missed some throws. We didn't throw and catch the ball as we normally do, and wasn't our best performance by any means.
Had concern Wednesday, as far as the way we've come off some successful weeks, and the message was don't take the cheese, and frankly we were outcoached, we were outplayed all the way through.
The cheese. Denver brought the cheese. You got to give them credit. This was an eye-opener, wasn't it, Boog?
It was definitely an eye-opener how they won, because the one thing we thought we could count on was the Cowboys' offense. Their offense was shut down, and you got to give a lot of credit to the Denver defense. They made Dak Prescott and his receivers look out of sync. And we can talk about Dak's calf injury and blame the time off, but the bottom line, they didn't show up to play today. Denver rushed the football for almost 200 yards, and boom, dare I say this, we've been giving Dan Quinn and that defense a lot of credit. But this almost looked like the Cowboys defense of last year. A lot of missed tackles,
Yeah.
lackadaisical
That's
effort.
interesting.
They really didn't show up today collectively as a team.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. 41 carries for 190 yards, 41 minutes of ball control.
That defense was on the field a long time. That's what that means. That means they were getting a lot of third down conversions on the field a lot, and eventually they got tired. And the Cowboys, they were whipped from top to bottom today. Don't pay attention to those 16 points. They were put up late. This was a thorough beatdown by the Broncos, at which one of the teams we thought was the NFC's best. That's what's surprising.
Well, so there's the first place team that was a thud.
Yes.
Certainly the Buffalo playing it. I mean, Jacksonville, come on.
Had to be a layup.
Yeah, I mean, that was not going to be a thud either. So here we go with the Bills and the Jags. Like I said, here we go with the Bills and the Jags. Now, there were two Josh Allens on the field. You heard it all week. Both were 7th overall picks. I love this.
How about that?
2018, one in 2019. And for the first time ever, unless there was a quarterback named Deacon Jones, the Deacon once sacked Josh Allen, sacks Josh Allen, namesake, sacking namesake. It was bizarre.
And it was a great move by Josh Allen from Kentucky. The left-hand shot, turned the corner. Only thing I wish he'd have done, boom, was get the ball out.
Well, that was coming. It's a 6-6 game, third quarter. Matthew Wright. It's a doinker. But guess what? False start. So here's another kick. 47 yards. It's a miss. But running into the kicker, Wright's gonna get a third chance, but this proves that 3 chances, 3 wrongs don't make a right, unfortunately. That's what I wanted to say. Really? Wow, the hat trick.
Yes.
So this is the 6-6. Josh Allen intercepted by 41. Josh Allen, crazy stuff.
Yeah, and Josh Allen for the Bills knows he can't make that play. That is a reckless play. Anytime you're going down, you got to learn to know when the journey's over. But a great play by Josh Allen from the Jaguars.
And so now, right as this Josh Allen looks, Wright goes, you know what? They made, some field goals in London. They made a couple stateside for the first time this year for the Jags. The Jags lead 9-6. I mean, you know the Bills are going to score, right? Like, no! It's a fumble! The ball is forced out, and look who falls on the loose ball. It's Josh Allen, Jaguars. Wow!
Again, you see reckless ball handling by Josh Allen. You got to tuck that football away. He didn't, and he paid for it.
And now, minute to go, 4th and 16. I mean, you're not in field goal range. You got to try it. Josh Allen, Bills rolling. It's incomplete. You just wouldn't have this. Took the Bills most of 3 quarters to get a touchdown last week against Miami. This week, they don't get a thing. I mean, as far as a touchdown, and the Jags defense looked kind of like 3-4 years ago.
Without a doubt. The last 2 trips for Buffalo to Jacksonville, they've scored a total of 9 points.
Yeah, one was playoff game, and this was an eye-opener for everyone, starting with the Bills, Josh Allen.
And credit to them, when they came out, they wanted it more. We had a lot of little things add up to big things. I put the ball in danger too often, bit us in the butt. Excuse my language, but that starts with me. So I got to be better for this team. But again, those guys on defense get paid too. They had a good game plan.
Josh Allen, the Jags, 4 sacks. Well, they had 4 sacks overall. He had 8 tackles or so when he did. Raiders and the Giants. This was a good 60-minute game, Boog. Daniel Jones, they played the Chiefs tough at Arrowhead Monday. Evan Engram, really early against the Raiders, who had a lot on their mind, had a cross-country flight. Giants on top.
Yeah, love the out-and-up move, and then Daniel Jones giving his tight end a chance to make a play, and he mossed him.
And yeah, he did. 30-yard touchdown. Now, Derek Carr, 3rd and 4. Hunter Renfrow, good right fielder, good receiver. First down. Hey! 2nd and goal. Carr. Time. Renfrow. Touchdown. We're tied at 7. Like we said, a lot of these games were this was good from the start. Yannick Ngakoue is going to sack Daniel Jones for 4 yards at the fumble. Darius Philon falls on it.
And I love it. Don't just get the sack fumble. The Raiders D-line is playing well.
Yep, they are. And Jones, he fumbles a 20th career lost fumble. Now, third quarter. Uh-oh, Xavier McKinney, the X-Man, picks off Carr with the Raiders lead 13-10. Gone now because the Giants lead 17-13.
Boom, the one thing you can't be for Christmas or throwing outside, and that's late, and he was.
True. First Giants defensive score since early last year. Now, now what? Daniel Carlson's going to miss a 25-yard field goal with his team down 20-16. Really? This was an interesting day, I'm telling you. Picked off by McKinney again. The X-Man has a pair.
Yeah, trying to fit it into the honey hole in cover 2, and nice pick there by McKinney.
Carr,
A lot of hair.
yeah, a lot of. I'm envious of that, actually. Meanwhile, Carr taken down by Quincy Roche. I had hair much longer than that one, but that's a long time. Leonard Williams has had a strong season, and he falls on the ball here.
Yeah, he's been absolutely dominant inside a defensive tackle for the Giants. One of their few bright spots on their team.
Hey, Giants. Joe Judge, how you doing? Judge, Philly guy, happy that they gave up 3 a couple weeks ago to Carolina, played the Chiefs tough in Arrowhead, beat the first-place team Raiders. Good for the Giants.
No doubt. Patrick Graham, the Giants defensive coordinator, has been outstanding. Good win for this team.
Yeah, so the Giants on the come a little, and like we said, Raiders, a lot to think about this week. They are home to the Chiefs next week. That's something to think about football-wise. Vikings, Ravens. These teams are thrill a minute, aren't they? In the big crab cake, Kirk Cousins, his team has played 2 overtime games. Lamar Jackson's Ravens, they've played 2 overtime games. You think we had a third one? Moving on up and moving into the end zone is Justin Jefferson, 7-3 Minnesota.
Yeah, inexcusable for Jefferson to get behind the safety of the defense.
14-point deficit, 17-3 for Lamar Jackson, but he hits Devontae Freeman walking into the end zone, down 17-10 at the half. Opening kickoff, third quarter. Special teams Ravens, John Harbaugh was special teams coach, always outstanding, but N.A. Nwangu. He could go all the way. The 4th-round pick from Iowa State, 98 yards, 24-10 Minnesota.
I love it. Great job on the name there, Boom.
Nwangu. Well, this is my guy. Patrick Ricard. He's a block bear, played football in Maine. Look at the big fullback, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, 22 yards. He made blocks. He caught another pass, and he's going to catch a touchdown. Business decision. Don't hit him.
Yeah, he's a great player. Mostly a blocker, but they get him the ball sometime like they did today.
24-17. Now the Ravens trying to come back again from 2-touchdown deficit. They're close. Jackson. Devin DuVernay, how's that catch by the youngster?
A decent pass, Boom, but this is an outstanding catch. Way to tip it to yourself. Get your feet down. Great ball control and body control by DuVernay.
Now it's 24 all. Lamar trying for the touchdown, almost. Now, watch 42, my guy Ricard on this next play.
Your guy.
You think Le'Veon Bell is going to follow him to the right? Yeah, I think so. 31-24, the Ravens take the lead. The Minnesota, I mean, every week they do this, right? 4th and 9. They're on the Baltimore 16. Cousins to Jefferson, soft.
Yeah, great play call. They called timeout to play before and got Jefferson on the right side.
Now, about a minute to go. Cousins, oh, what a feeling at him, dancing on the feeling. We're tied at 31, and for the 3rd time for both teams, they're going to overtime. Thrill a minute. Toss to the Ravens. They want the ball. But right away, Minnesota defense. The throw is looking for Ricard, but Anthony Barr could still do it.
It's an INT by Lamar, but that's not on him. That's on Freeman. He's got a cut Barr. He didn't. Interception.
So, now the Ravens defense has to stand tall. Incomplete pass on 3rd and 9, and so Baltimore holds off. Now they get the ball back. Field goal will win it. They got the best kicker in football, obviously. Le'Veon Bell, for whom the bell tolls, a 12-yard run. 36-yarder. He made a 66-yarder to win a game. Justin Tucker. The only shocker about this is it's not exactly down.
Yeah, just a little to the right. Maybe we give him a miss. Nah.
No. For him, it was a miss.
Exactly.
For anybody, it's automatic. He's out. He's unbelievable. And the Ravens, you know what? This is a day when a lot of the two-loss teams in the AFC were getting beat, but not Baltimore. So the Ravens are now 6-2. They win it 34-31, and after the game, our intrepid Sal Paolantonio with Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, when they're down 20, you're down 24-10. I saw you on the sideline going this to your teammates, that this is on me. I'm going to take care of business here. What were you saying to yourself? What did you say to your teammates to get them back in the game in the second half?
Not really. Just stay poised. If anything, we've been in this type of situation before, plenty of times this season. And our guys are ready. We didn't blank at all. We know we were gonna make mistakes because we're coming out the bye week. And those guys stayed down. We stayed down. Everyone was in with each other. And everybody just stepped up to the plate.
This is a team that under John Harbaugh wins a lot off buys, although they could have lost.
Yeah.
Their last game we saw them against Cincinnati was an eye opener. But remember one very long ago, Lamar down by 2 touchdowns, they're out of it.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Well, it's definitely a long time ago. And we talk a lot about who's the most valuable player in this league, and everybody mentions Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. But this year, boom, Lamar Jackson deserves a lot of credit. And he deserves to be in that conversation because think about all the injuries that the Ravens have had. And what they've done, he's put them on his back today. 266 yards passing, another 120 yards rushing, 380-plus yards of total offense. He has been the Ravens. And you couple that with a great coaching staff led by John Harbaugh and a defense led by defensive coordinator Wink Martindale, and you can see why this team just continues to win. And all they do is stack wins more and more, and when they get to November and December, no one wants to play them.
No. A little thing on Ricard, because a lot of times you will go a game and only see him a couple times in the third and 2 and block.
Yes.
In the playoff game last year, in the open, was that? No, it wasn't Indy. Who did they play in the? Whatever. He changed the game around. There was a whole series like this that they started throwing screens to the big fullback.
Yes.
And then you didn't see that again for a while. It's a nice change of pace to have. I'm not suggesting that he catch 20 balls.
He's a very vital part of their team. A 300-pound fullback reminds me of me back when I was in high school. He can block, boom, he can catch, but more importantly, they trust him, and they'll put the ball in his hands in crucial situations.
Back. Here we go. So where are we going now? Patriots. Shh, don't look now. Shh.
November.
The Patriots, they're coming. They're coming. Patriots at the Panthers, and Bill Belichick against Sam Darnold. What could happen? Well, Christian McCaffrey was back.
Look who's back, Christian.
Yeah, he's back. Mac Jones, and here's a reminder that you want to cover Ramondre Stevenson on a screen. That's a 41-yard play, and the Patriots driving. Now first and goal. Damian Harris, touchdown, 7-3, New England in Charlotte.
Yeah, Damian Harris, one of the more underrated backs in our league, boom.
Under 7 to go in the half. Stephon Gilmore. That's right, Carolina's Stephon Gilmore, no more New England, makes the pick against his old team. He's got 2 already, Carolina.
Imagine how that felt looking at Bill across the sidelines.
Mac Jones looking, hey, we can improve on this, and he was gonna. McCaffrey, little 10-yard run. They held him under 60.
Exactly. Yeah, first game back.
Field goal 7-6. They get a field goal, Panthers. Now, 30 seconds to go in the half. This was big. Jones to Hunter Henry score late in the half. It's just often a game changer.
It's often talked about winning the middle 8, the last 4, the second quarter, the first 4 of the third quarter.
And now halfway through the third quarter, Darnold. Oh, no. That's J.C. Jackson. And see you later, Jackson. 88 yards gone.
It's just a terrible throw by Darnold going to his left. If you're going to throw against your body like that, you got to be more accurate, and he wasn't. Touchdown.
Since 2018, Jackson, the most interceptions in football, 22. And Jamie Collins is back for another tour of duty with the Patriots with an interception right there of Darnold to the chagrin of the Panthers.
One of the more athletic players you'll ever see, boom.
21-6, Panthers lead. Now 24-6, Darnold. J.C. Jackson. Here he is.
Again, rolling to his left, throwing against his body, just another bad throw. And this is when you start to see some of your teammates looking at you the way Robbie Anderson is looking at Sam Darnold.
So the Patriots go on to win 24-6. They are 5-4, 3 picks of Darnold, 4 games of Darnold against Bill Belichick. Obviously Jets.
Yes.
9 interceptions, 1 touchdown in the 4 games. Matt Rule, his quarterback started well this year in September, not going so great right now.
I don't want to lay things on one person, but you just can't. We just can't continue to just keep throwing the ball up. Like, we got to protect the football. Like, if you have an interception, it's a third down interception is one thing. A first and second down interception can't happen. And so to me, those are decision-making things that, we have talked about. And here we are, game 9 of the season, Joe, and it hasn't happened, So I wouldn't say it was like a misread or anything like that. It wasn't anything with the game plan.
Well, team in the news this week, Cleveland Browns, Odell Beckham cut loose. Baker Mayfield against Joe Burrow, Battle of Ohio. And Joe Burrow, Denzel Ward. We had the X-Man earlier. Here's the Z-Man. He could go all the way 99 yards.
Yeah, really good play by him. They put a lot of pressure on those corners in Cleveland. He came through. Kind of a whip route, boom. Burrow was late on the throw, and Chase, kind of a predictable route.
Browns take a 7-0 lead. Samaje Perine on the catching end of this, a first down. So early on, what are they going to do, trade scores? Joe Mix and Match has had a nice season, takes the pitch. This is a good-looking play, and it ends in the end zone. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, really nice following his block. You got 2 pullers out front, easy walk in.
I mean, here the Bengals 2 weeks ago, they thumped the Ravens, then they lost to the Jets. What are they going to be? They're going to be in trouble. That's what they are. Mayfield and Nick Chubb, 23-yard gain. Second and goal at the 1. Chubb, this is what you know him more for.
Rarely goes down after the initial contact. One of the more durable backs and hard to tackle backs in our league.
14-7. Mayfield. Donovan Everyday Peoples-Jones, 60-yard touchdown, 24-10 Cleveland. Baker feeling good.
No Odell, no problem.
Hey, looking good. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Chubb. Well, this will make you feel good. He is gone. Look at the speed on the big guy, 70 yards.
Notice the corners are not gaining ground on the tailback. He's running away from them. One of the faster backs you'll ever see.
Wow, so 31-10. This is a blowout now, 34-10. Now, Jamar Chase, not at night. Here he makes a catch. He had a tough day. He's had a wonderful run, but this was not a game you want to look back at. Mixon capitalizes on that play. They get a touchdown. They don't get 2 at 34-16. Is it a game? Well, it's about not to be. Mayfield. That's a beautiful looking ball to Peoples-Jones.
Beautiful ball, cover 2, over the corner in front of the safety. You can't do it any better.
And then Baker, the David Njoku, and Njoku was on the Bengals today because what has happened in the last 2 weeks? Hey, look at the smile of the Browns. Never too early for Santa, all right?
Close, but not too early.
You guys will try the costume on, see how it's going. If it works, it works. My goodness, did it work. Cleveland winning 41-16. Cleveland looked at ease.
I came here to win. I've said it over and over again. That's why I was brought here, to change the culture, to help change the culture, and continue to contribute, towards that winning attitude. And, our guys are bought in. They focused up and did their job, and that needs to be a week-to-week thing. We still haven't talked, but that doesn't change things. I wish him well. I wish him the best in his career, but I'm worried about the guys in our locker room. I'm proud of these guys, how they were able to focus up despite all the bullshit that was going on this week, and how they were able to do their job.
He does tell you how he feels, and charitable. But I mean, look, all the hype 2019, Odell, it didn't work. Last year hurt a lot. Cleveland was a really good team. Not putting it all on him, and nobody is. But they just look more at ease. It was an exhale for whatever reason.
Well, Boom, sometimes it's addition by subtraction. And I think taking Odell away can free Baker's mind up. And as a quarterback, when you're the guy that's got to distribute the football, you're holding the ball every single play, you want to play with a free and clear mind. Not that he was forcing the ball to Odell, because he wasn't, but there's always got to be the thought in the back of your mind, I have a great player. He needs the ball at some point. He no longer has to do that. And today, maybe he played that way. Let's see if it can continue. But today it looked good without Odell Beckham.
Well, they had 5 sacks.
Yes.
Of course, they're playing downhill.
Absolutely.
But everything was flowing with the Browns. Well, this is a team, remember the beginning of the year, they almost took Kansas City. I mean, this division, and Pittsburgh is playing Monday night. There's no easy out here.
No, there's not. And the Browns just like the Ravens, just like the Bengals, the Steelers aren't going to be an easy pushover. This is going to be one of the tougher divisions to figure out. It's going to be about health and which team can play their best football late November, early December. But if you're a Cleveland fan, you got to feel really good about what you saw today from your quarterback, because the questions still loom, especially late in the season.
Real quick, 1 is an accident, 2 is a trend. The Jets thud, this thud, Bengals. What do we put on it?
It's an issue. And here's why. They don't value the football. Joe Burrow, including the 2 interceptions today, boom, he's got 11 on the year. Jamar Chase dropping the football, not catching the football. They have a formula to win. Their defense is playing better, but this is an offensive team. And when they don't value the ball and turn it over, now they can't score points. They have to fix that. If they don't, you'll see number 3 coming soon.
Well, and we think a lot of teams in the AFC, they've had a couple of game stumbles, and one of those is the Chargers.
Absolutely.
But they got back going, and they came east with a later start at the link. Philly's last home win is like last November-ish, December-ish. But Justin Herbert, this is a good game.
Yeah.
Herbert, rolling, time. Mike Williams, fighting, catching.
Been an outstanding season for Mike Williams, tracking the ball, cross. Notice how he uses the left arm to keep Darius Slay stacked, and then he extends 2 at the last moment. That's great control.
And then Herbert, quick pass to Donald Parham Jr. Stiff arm, reach, touchdown. And this is second half now. The Chargers lead 16-10.
Big tight end there, boom.
Yep, they have him. Jalen Hurts. My goodness, he has time. Devontae Smith, college chum, first down. 19 yards. Hurts. Dallas Goedert. I mean, I just love that Philly has a guy named Boston and they have a guy named Dallas. But, I mean, they're just pointing it out. Big play, Eagles. And then in the end zone is Kenneth Gainwell, who runs well. Philly leads 17-16, fourth quarter now. Herbert. Austin Eckler breaks the tackles. Into the red zone. Next play. You know, for the big guy, he runs so well, doesn't he, Booger? It's an 8-yard touchdown. 24-17, they get the 2-point conversion.
Especially in the red zone. He understands that the windows are tight, and so he uses his athletic like a bit of.
Now it's Hurts. Rolling. What? How about that? Hurts. That had to hurt.
I know it did.
But it's a big conversion for Philly, 3rd and 4. Hurts shakes off a sack. Another third down play by the feet on Hurts. Chargers trying to get pass rush. Good pocket. Whoa! It's Devontae Smith. It's a tying touchdown. We're tied at 24 with 6 minutes to go. Now under 3 to go. Eckler. 4th and 1. Everybody push. First down.
Another Charger 4th down conversion.
Yep. Herbert. Eckler. Just shy of the first down mark, 32. What is Brandon Staley going to do? He goes for it a lot. Quarterbacks need Herbert on 4th and 1 in a tie game from a 28. Big payoff. It was close.
It was close.
Now 22 seconds left. Chargers. Here we go. Bursting through the hole is Eckler. And now tick, 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 tick. We spike. Dustin Hopkins, 29 yards. And I know we said this earlier in the year, and it's good, and the Chargers win. A tough loss, Eagles. Big win for the LA Chargers, 27-24. We said it earlier in the year because they were winning a couple of these. These were automatic losses for the Chargers last few years. They worked the clock. They 4th down gambled, 3rd down gambled. Calmly, chip shot field goal.
Now they win the close games. You have to give the head coach, Brandon Staley, a lot of credit. Very aggressive, going for it on 4th down. One of the more aggressive coaches in football, and his team pays him off.
Absolutely. Now, we know the storyline here of the Packers and the Chiefs. No Aaron Rodgers, COVID protocol. Jordan Love, youngster. Utah State, Chiefs, well, loves girlfriend a month. Last row, that's all we could do.
Yeah, kind of high.
That's, I mean, it's Arrowhead. That's not exactly on the field, but they had a nice view at least. Darrell Williams, Chiefs, early. Chiefs have been turning the ball over. Could they just play it sharp? Chiefs offense moving the chains, 3rd and goal. Mahomes to Kelsey, it's a 7-0 lead. So A methodical drive. Packers defense very good, 7-0 game.
Something we hadn't seen from the Chiefs, methodical drive.
Yeah, the first drive Monday night, and then there was a turnover, and we didn't see it again. Mason Crosby, blocked by the paw of Alex Okafor. Special teams, Chiefs of Coach Dave Todd.
And the special teams for the Packers really let them down today.
Yep, and now Chiefs punting on 4th and 1. Uh-oh, he stumbles. Malik Taylor stumbled, appeared to hit him. Chris Lamons thinks the Chiefs, we have the ball.
Yeah, right there on that left big toe. Maybe he had a size 7.5. It wouldn't have hit him, but that 12, it was on the toe.
But give the Packers defense credit, help no field.
Absolutely.
10-0, now 13-0. All right, there's love to Devontae Adams. Took a long time to get going. Not that it's shocking. A tough spot to be in. Love to Adams, first down. But, what was the song? Love Hurts. It does here, L'Jarius Sneed with the pick.
Yeah,
going up.
Love was just a little bit off, although that was a great pick by L'Jarius Sneed.
8 minutes to go. Still game, though. Still 2-score game. Love. Randall Cobb. That's a nice churn up the field.
Absolutely.
5 minutes to go. 4th and 5, Pack going. Hey. Might as well face it. We're addicted to love. Touchdown to Alan Lazard. It's and the family from the top row, you can hear them. And it's 13-7. Got a ball game.
There had to be some better seats in Arrowhead for the family, Boone.
We gotta look into that. 3rd and 10 Chiefs. 2 minutes to go, Mahomes. Packers after him. Tyreek Hill. Now, there are the plays they're looking for on 3rd and 10.
That's the type of play Patrick Mahomes can make. When the play breaks down, he can do that. Although the Packers defense played good all day, not good enough for Mahomes.
Well, and so then the big pickup, the Chiefs run out the clock. And look, Kansas City, they took a break, right? Packers could have won. We'll talk about the game here in a moment. But the Chiefs, now they're 5-4. Green Bay has lost for the first time since, obviously, opening day. It was a different situation then. Rodgers, we think, will be eligible to play if everything goes right on Saturday. They're home to the Seahawks. But for Kansas City, a win is a win is a win. Despite for the Pack, a rare loss.
Whatever we were, 2 for 12 on 3rd down. Obviously didn't have a good enough plan for some of the zero pressures that they brought on us, but I thought our guys battled. I thought Jordan, I was really proud of the way he played. He hung in there. He was taking hits and delivering the ball, and I thought he did a really good job. But I think that ultimately I've got to be better, and this one falls squarely on me.
Well, look, a tough spot. They knew all week it was going. Let's start Chiefs. They got a gift. By the way, they could have lost the game because Green Bay played what we know they can do. Really good defense, so they didn't run it that well. But Kansas City knew it would be a low-scoring game, and then therefore I think let's not be so frenetic a little bit on offense, even though they didn't have a lot to show for it. They got a gift, and now all of a sudden they've won 2 in a row going into the game against the Raiders.
Well, it was good to see the Chiefs win this way. They knew, yes, this game will probably be low-scoring going against the Joe Barry defense, but it was good to see them take what the defense gives them. Monday night, they did that against the Giants early on. They scored a touchdown. Here against the Packers, they did it. They were able to move the football. But the issue is, Boone, we're used to this offense scoring more than 13 points. Oh. So problem solved this week, but problem not fully solved going forward.
Green Bay, Love, you can't. One game, what are you going to say? Defensively, they were stout.
They played outstanding. Joe Barry, the defensive coordinator, had a great game plan. For Love, I think you got to go back and look at it because Aaron Rodgers is not scheduled to come off the COVID list until Saturday.
Right.
So is he going to be available to play Sunday? We don't know that without any practice during the week. We would assume, but we don't know that. So if and when he plays again, we got to come up with plays that he can do well. He looked like the game was too fast for him today, and that's a problem for the Packers going forward if Rodgers can't play this weekend.
Isn't that interesting? As we sit here now, it could be Rodgers and Russell Wilson, or it could be Love against Geno Smith.
We just don't know.
Like we said, there's a lot about this season we don't know. One thing we thought we knew, the Niners would be tough. Arizona.
Yes.
We found out that Kyler Murray was not playing. But look, you're going to put him in the top 8 or 10 backups. That's Colt McCoy. You got him for 3 or 4 games. Very capable.
Yes.
And he showed it today. Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle. Arizona won the first meeting between the two teams. No Jimmy G then. Kittle just back, fumbles. Jordan Hicks recovers.
Yeah, trying to make a George Kittle play, leaping over a defender, and the ball comes away from the body. Easy to knock out.
7-0 Arizona off that. Now, Eric Armstead's going to rush Colt McCoy. Ooh. Flag on the play. Face mask, they call it. Kyle Shanahan says, really?
Yeah.
Come on. Drive alive. Watch this. No starting quarterback. We're still running this. McCoy the flip to Christian Kirk. Tricky Cardinals. Kirk throwing to Antoine Wesley out at the 1.
Kirk, former quarterback in high school, making a play.
And then Connor from the 1. You know he can do that. Second touchdown for him. 14-0 Arizona in San Francisco in a game they have to have. Jimmy G, Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to make a, oh no! It's a fumble, and Hicks recovers again.
Yeah, that zona defense has been tough all season, Boom.
17-0 field goal off that drive. First half winding down, Jimmy G, Ayuk. Holding on, big conversion. Now second and goal. But George Kittle makes such a difference. I mean, you know he was trying so hard in that other play, Boom. Here's Jimmy G back foot Kittle. How about that cat?
Yeah, his ability to go one-on-one with the linebacker or safety is outstanding. He's just got to stay healthy.
Now third quarter at 17-7 at the half, Arizona. Colt McCoy. Backpedaling, screen. Beautifully set up to Connor. Ton of room. Did I say a ton of room? How about 45 yards worth? That was beautifully set up.
Like a great dance move, Boom, choreographed, screen against the blitz.
24-7 Arizona. Jordan Phillips sacking Jimmy G. Phillips, ooh, I like the taste of that.
Well, not his tummy, but
I guess that's what he's saying. McCoy converts after on a 4th and 1, keeping the drive alive. Cardinals, Eno Benjamin. Eno Benjamin. What do you know? It's a touchdown. He runs over Drake Kirkpatrick in the end zone. Arizona's got players we don't even know.
Yeah, and Drake Kirkpatrick will field that one tomorrow.
Arizona, every time you figure, well, they can't be this, no Kyler Murray. No, they are this good. They're 8-1, and they beat the 49ers by the count of 31-17.
And Boom, think about this. No Kyler Murray, no DeAndre Hopkins. Their starting running back, Chase Edmonds, goes out early on,
right.
and they did this with a backup quarterback. The Arizona Cardinals are for real. Physical defense, physical offense, and Cliff Kingsbury understood how to manage the game.
Yes.
There's a certain way you have to play with the guy that hadn't played a lot in Colt McCoy. And he did that. Screen passes, make him comfortable, run the quarterback. Don't put the game all on his shoulders, and he did that. That's what's the most impressive thing today, how Cliff managed the game with Colt McCoy.
They came in looking like, we don't care. We're expecting to win. Colt was 22 of 26.
Efficient, yes. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
If you have a backup quarterback and you don't want him to play 3 or 4 games, can you go 2-2? 2-2 with a backup quarterback, which gives you a chance at 3-1. Then you have a good backup. Agree?
Absolutely. Can you keep the ship steady afloat? You don't have to necessarily drive it so fast, but just keep it from sinking until the starter comes back.
Arizona, nothing's sinking there. They look good now. Sinking, well, Texans Dolphins. They both won in the summer, the first game, and they haven't won since. By the way, this game, we're going to make this look good, but I'm going to give you some stats later that'll open your eye. Tua hurt, Jacoby Brissett starting, and welcome back Tyrod Taylor. Class individual, back for Houston starting, and he passes to Chris Conley.
Yeah, back for Houston, just not a good day overall for Tyrod.
No, under pressure. And that's going to be overthrown and picked up by Javon Holland in the end zone for Miami. Jacoby Brissett throwing, nice little dart to Jalen Waddle, 12 yards. And then Miami invented this thing, or reinvented it from the 40s, the Wildcat, Myles Gaskin. He in the end zone, 7-0 Dolphins.
Yeah, that's a good little wrinkle there by the Dolphins.
They got to, hey.
What's old is new again.
Summer, right? 10-6, Taylor scrambling, and he tries to throw it away. Whoa. Jerome Baker was out. He's in. Good footwork, but this hurts.
Yeah, but great job by Baker reestablishing his feet in bounds. And once the feet are established, then he catches it. Interception.
With Tyron, that was like a kind of jump shot, you know.
Not a good one.
Jacoby Durham-Smythe, 21 yards. Brissett. Mac Hollins, 17-6, Miami. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game, 17-9, one-score game. Tyrod has a chance. Jordan Akins, it's incomplete. The Miami challenge, an incomplete pass. Akins makes a football move. Miami wins the challenge. What I'm saying is 1, 2, 3 steps. It's a catch, fumble, Miami ball. Game is over.
Yeah, I agree with that football move. He catch and he turns. That's the move.
All right, now here's what we got to tell you. Congrats, Miami. You know, they won.
Yes.
17-9. They snap a 7-game losing streak. Houston lost 8 in a row. In this game, 9 turnovers. You heard me, 9. Miami made 5. They fumbled it 3 times. Jacoby was picked twice. Houston made 4. Tyrod picked 3 times. Not exactly in the time capsule when we show future civilization what professional football is actually all about. All right, now here's a game that was fun. Falcons-Saints. Hey, you know, they essentially came in, not the exact same year, but late 60s. This has been a great rivalry from the late 60s. Division game, no matter who's up, no matter who's down. Trevor Siemian, 13-12 lifetime as a starter. But he's facing Matty Ice. Russell Gates left a little early, huh?
Yeah, well, there was nothing to jump over. I loved him wanting to show his athleticism, but there was nothing for him to jump over.
What? Lamine Zacchaeus, tight window. Matty Ice, touchdown, 10-0 Atlanta. 17-6 Atlanta, fourth quarter. Siemian came in, won beautifully last week after Winston was hurt. They beat the Bucs, but he's hit hard. It's a fumble. Falcons down to the 5. Steven means business. We got that hurt.
Yeah, when he hit the knees on the carpet, boom, it doesn't feel good.
That hurt. Bryant fakes the handoff. Zacchaeus. There's 2 Z-men on this day. 24-6 Atlanta. But give the Saints credit. They hang.
Yeah, they do.
Siemian, time. Adam Trotman. 25-yard gain. Now good pocket. Siemian, Marquez Callaway. Wasn't available early. It is now 24-13. Falcons punt. Siemian back to pass. Look out. Oluokun. A flying Oluokun with the sack, but he hit his helmet and going to get a flag.
Yeah, you know they're going to protect the quarterback. You can't even blow on a boom, but that was a good call.
Yeah, now Alvin Candid Kamara. Touchdown. They don't get the 2. They trail 5, 24-19. Next Falcon possession, 2nd and 11. The big fella, Cam Jordan. Sack. Punt coming. Just over a minute to go. Siemian. Kenny Stills, they've come from way back to take the lead, 25-24.
Great job by the Saints showing resiliency.
But here's Matty Ice. Minute to go. What a year. Cordero Patterson, the ultimate Swiss Army knife. The footwork, it's beautiful. It's a 64-yard gain.
A great job him by stacking the DB and Matt Ryan making a great throw on the outside.
Youngway Koo, how do you do? Game winner. Falcons win it 27-25. There's a lot going on in this rivalry. There has been, like I said, since the late 60s. Pretty exciting game.
It's a pretty exciting game. Great win for the Falcons. If you're the New Orleans Saints, your defense let them down. That's the one thing that the Saints hang their hat on. Their defense and their running game, just not able to get either one going today.
Well, I mean, we're 53.6% through the season or whatever it is, Boog, and we get to some interesting division notes here, but we better write stuff down, not with a pen, but in pencil, what we think we know. But we do know our game balls for this week number 9.
Yeah, without a doubt. For me, I'm going with Lamar Jackson. I think he deserves to be in the MVP conversation. With all the injuries that the Ravens have had, boom, he was outstanding. 266 yards passing, 120 yards rushing. He was the offense today, and it's amazing. In a year where we don't know what we can count on, I think the one player we can count on is Lamar Jackson showing up each and every week for the Baltimore Ravens.
At 100 yards rushing and now 12 games regular in postseason, that's an NFL record. Josh Allen, Jaguars, made life miserable for Josh Allen. Bills, 7th overall pick by Jags in 2019, was a Pro Bowler as a rookie, Bednarik winner, Kentucky. He had sacks. He had interceptions. He had 8 tackles to lead the Jags in the upset. He was a menace, and who knows if they met before, but they have met now. It was the different Josh Allen than we thought we'd be talking about, although we knew that Jacksonville's Josh Allen was very good. And Buffalo was just stymied by their namesake. Obviously, first time a guy with one name sacked a player with the same name, like we said, unless their name was maybe Bruce Smith. There was no quarterback.
Yeah, and it's something about the Bills coming down to Jacksonville. The last 2 trips, 8 quarters, 9 total points. The Jaguars were outstanding today, especially on defense.
But here's AFC big picture. 11 of the 16 teams over 500, including the entire now AFC West and the division we talked about in the show, the AFC North. So 2 entire divisions are over 500.
It just means that the teams are good, and the teams they're going to have to continue playing down the stretch. Those divisions will be decided not in November, but in December.
Well, one of the first place teams in the AFC, Tennessee, obviously has to go without their big guy. But, you know, Mike Vrabel, he's throwing in no towel. That's Sunday Night Football. They're playing the very, very tough Los Angeles Rams. Scott Van Pelt on the call. Scotty.
Chris, thanks very much. We begin to find out what that Titan identity is without Derrick Henry. Taking on the Rams Sunday night, as you mentioned, to the highlights with Adrian Peterson in town in uniform. Von Miller traded this week to the Rams, but not in uniform. Matthew Stafford early on spun around. Instead of taking a safety, he chucks it. That was a bad idea as it's picked by David Long Jr. Jeffrey Simmons applies the pressure. He was unblockable all night long, and Long makes the pick. That's 6 consecutive games the Titans have had a pick, the longest streak in more than a decade. Ryan Tannehill play action. Jeff Swain's wide open. Titans take the lead 7-3. Next Rams drive, Stafford's very first pass. And Kevin Byard jumps the route, and he's going to score. Stafford intercepted on consecutive pass attempts for the first time in his career. Mike Vrabel loving what he's seeing, and it would continue as Tannehill looking in the back of the end zone for A.J. Brown, overthrows him. Mike Vrabel calls a timeout. Typically pretty aggressive in these spots. They go for it on 4th and goal. Tannehill fools everybody on the Rams team and walks it into the end zone. They lead 21-3 at the half. Sean McVay's numbers when trailing, lousy. 6-16. They played from ahead quite a bit during his tenure there. Rams offense starts to look like the Rams offense. Stafford finds Tyler Higbee. And then on 3rd and goal, Stafford finds Higbee again for the touchdown. But immediately you'll see Titans defenders signaling, he was out of bounds. They would review, and you see Higbee did indeed step out of bounds. Call reversed. Rams settle for a very short field goal. They're down 21-6. They're down 21-9 when Stafford hits Darrell Henderson here. Good tackle by Amani Hooker sets up 4th down on 4th and 1, play action, and Stafford kind of stumbling, tosses it up for Van Jefferson. Nothing doing. Rams turn it over on downs. But about 5 minutes left. If they could get a quick stop, get a quick score, you never know. On 3rd down, Tannehill scrambles, and they're about to get the ball back. No, actually, they're not. Aaron Donald's call for roughing the passer there. Seemed like a tough call. Drive extends. There's another 15-yard penalty, which got them closer. And then Adrian Peterson, new guy in town, he ties Walter Payton with his 125th career touchdown. Rams would get a late score. Final is 28-16. And how about the Titans? In the last 4 weeks, they've beaten 4 playoff teams from a season ago. They get another next week and the Saints, but already they've beaten the Bills, the Chiefs, the Colts, and the Rams. And the Rams you'll see on Monday Night Football next week as they travel to San Francisco against a Niners team still looking for its first home win.
In a season filled with exciting, fantastic finishes on Monday Night Football, we had another one here in Pittsburgh. I think people expected the Steelers sort of walk all over Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, and that in the end was simply not the case. That Rocky Blyer and Brett Michaels getting the crowd going. Terrible towels everywhere you look. A lot of short fields for the Steelers. And here's Najee Harris, and that looked rather easy, and Pittsburgh appeared to be on their way.
Yeah, he was the guy I wanted to see play tonight. Najee Harris live and in person, and he delivered in the first half.
Justin Fields passes, and Cam Hayward's been great at batting down footballs, leading the league, but that's an interception. Another short field for the Steelers.
Yeah, you know what? And turnover differential is something that always affects the outcome of games, and this really got Pittsburgh rolling as you see the guys celebrating in the end zone.
And that would lead to Ben buying some time. Finds Pat Freiermuth. They seem to be developing some nice chemistry. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was the first touchdown for Freiermuth. He's got something else later in the game, but certainly that put him up 14-0.
2 minutes to play, third quarter, 14-6. Ben going back. It's Freiermuth again.
That's just not fair. Tight ends on corners in jump ball situations like that, especially when you have the kind of talent Freiermuth has, that should be 6 more times than not, just like it was there.
So it's 20-6, and you think the Steelers are on their way, and then it's Mooney who runs it in for the touchdown. And the Bears keep hanging around. That was one of the stories of the game, hanging around. Ray McLeod on the punt return. And he's going to cough up the football. And it's DeAndre Houston Carson, 25-yard touchdown.
This game had so many ebbs and flows. Turnovers were a big part of it in terms of determining those ebbs and flows. And here comes Pittsburgh.
Steelers by 3. Ben with all sorts of time, and he's going to be sacked. Dropped by Cassius Marsh, but after the play, Marsh would be flagged for taunting. Instead of getting off the field, that's a first down. Marsh just elevated from the practice squad. Spent training camp here in Pittsburgh with the Steelers. Then it's Justin Fields now, down 6.
This is what we've seen, him extending plays, keeping his eyes downfield, especially rolling to his left. Very difficult to be accurate, but he can flip his hips, and that chemistry with Darnell Mooney helped on that one.
So the Bears had a 1-point lead. Boswell had missed an extra point earlier, hits the 40-yard field goal there, and it's 29-27. This from 65 for a Bears victory. Some thought it was much closer than it appeared. Well short, as you can see there. And in the end, that's the difference in the game. Chicago will settle for a really tough, hard-fought loss as they go into their bye week, and the Steelers sort of escape, and they'll take this. I'm sure Mike Tomlin won't be thrilled about it. He never is, but happy about the victory.
You know, this is the kind of game Mike Tomlin can use, right? Like, they win, and they need to win in the AFC North, but they can't feel really great about the win. And, you know, coaches like Mike Tomlin are experts at taking that as motivation.
Yeah, especially defensive coaches are not going to be happy about performances like this if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, because of the big plays, the explosive plays. That's all you hear in defensive meeting rooms all the time, every week. Don't give up explosive. It's the quickest way to lose a football game, and it almost cost them because Justin Fields heated up in a big way. He didn't take a little jump tonight. I think he took a big jump, and I expect to see him really heat up as the season goes on here now.
Had him in position to win this game in the last couple of minutes, and it's Ben Roethlisberger, another fourth-quarter comeback for Big Ben and the Steelers, and that's the story from Pittsburgh.
All right, gang, thank you very much. So here we go towards the middle of November, and I speak for Boog. I know I speak for everybody, certainly on this show and everybody at ESPN. Veterans Day coming up later on this week. To all those who are serving, who have served, and you know what? Those who are thinking about serving, thank you. We salute you.